All right, welcome to the market analysis, April 15th. Um, I know Selena's not here to do her thing. So, TeeTee,
Yes.
I understand you had some info that you wanted to share with the group, or how you see it, or how you trade, or whatever, right?
Yeah, I want to just share a nice strategy that I learned. It's impulse. It's the same as it's just a confluence to smart money. It's price action basically. So it's just a different way of looking at the chart, I guess. And like if you want to just if you don't want to hedge or you just want to do a nice tight stop loss, it's a good way to do that and not like risk too much or feel like you want to risk too much if you're doing like a challenge or just however you trade. This is a really good strategy, which is like for me so far it has been like 95% accurate. So since I just started implementing it, learning it the way that I've been taught. So I'm still learning it thoroughly, but so far as like if you've been kind of following my charts a little bit, you can kind of see how price moves, or if you read the directions inside the chart, you can kind of get a grasp of what I'm looking for.
Who's reading the rest?
I can get right into it.
You do understand you got a Discord full of us. I already read a direction. Y'all read.
Okay, yeah, we can definitely go over it, and I think you guys are gonna be really excited because it was really exciting for me, and it pretty much it goes hand in hand with what we're already learning. It just helps you have a better entry, and like if you're working and you have a job where you're not really you don't want to pay attention to the chart as much, this is perfect also. So
You got to share
mm,
your screen, TT.
okay, yeah, let me get that. Okay. um, let me hang on 1 second. Okay. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yeah,
Okay.
you must be on an iPad.
No, this is that I went on my bigger computer now, my laptop.
My trading view don't come up like this. I'm glad it only comes up like this on the phone.
Yeah, it did that. I don't know why it did that just now, but let me see. Um, okay. Ooh, it's acting a little slow. What's that about? Okay. Alrighty. So I first we can go over I'd like to go over gold. I'm not the best at back testing. I'm still learning. So definitely you guys can jump in and help me if you feel like I can back test better. But I'm gonna go over gold first from last week. Let's see. Okay, sorry. I gotta clean up this chart. Um, I'll just let y'all know what these lines are anyway. These thick red lines are monthly what is it called? you know, like monthly, what's it?
Support and resistance line.
Yes, like support and resistance line for the monthly, and then the dashes are like the weekly. So what I did there was just, it's something that I did a lot, like over a year ago, and to help me with when I first started trading, so I never really took them off. It's just a really tiny confluence, but not really anymore. But I just never took them off. So anyway, so basically this strategy is like ICI strategy, impulse correction, impulse, and pretty much like I start on the daily and I look at where are we at? Okay, so we're on the daily. I look at, let me erase this here for you. We start on the daily, and we also can use obviously the weekly and the monthly for confluence, like in the direction. But basically, I look for impulse on the daily, all the same color candle, and then so what was the, oh, here it go. So like last week, here we have we had impulse right here. We had impulse right here, and then a correction. These two red candles were the correction. And then we had another impulse there, right? So like I said, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm not the best at back testing, but I'm going to try to show you exactly what I did. So once I look at the charts like at the end of the day or like on the weekend, like now, and I kind of see, like, because we're working with the daily, that's how kind of like we're looking at it. So we're looking for at least 2 retracement candles before we look for a setup for a buy or sell. So as you see here, I'm gonna just take this off so I can just show y'all cleaner chart here. So let's say, what day was this? This was Monday, and this was Wednesday. Okay, so we going back to Thursday, April 6th, and like, okay, here's Monday, April 10th, right? So Monday came, so this past Monday was April 10th, right? So on Monday, we're like, okay, we got two retracement candles. So as soon as I seen this green candle form the next day, now like I put that in my weekly, like I just start, like, okay, gold is getting ready to set up. So what I did was I put my fib on. Like this from the top of the previous impulse. Did it backwards. From the previous impulse. Okay, so you see the bottom where the second retracement candle was before we got our first impulse back up to show price wants to continue, buying. So I put my fib on from the bottom of the wick to the top of the last impulse candle. And you can use your magnet, and then like that. So let's just drag this over here. Right? So, okay, so I'm on the daily, right? So I marked my fib only on the daily. If this candle right here was not green, it was another red candle, then I would have to move my fib down to the wick of wherever that candle came say it came down here, I would just adjust it a little bit. So anyway, the green candle here was our first impulse up. Okay, great. Now we're looking at it. Now we drop down to the 4 hour, right? Everybody's with me?
With you.
Okay. So now you see, okay. Ooh, did I lose myself? Okay. Let me go back and make a mark so I don't lose myself. So here is, okay, let's just follow here. You see where price came up about to the 50% right here. So let's, and then on the daily here, price pushed, I'm sorry, hold on, not the 50%. Price, we're looking at the 61.8. That's our key level. So price pushed up on this first green candle through the 61.8. So I'm gonna put a line right there. Oh, I guess I already did it, but so you're gonna see this is the burgundy line here. Okay, we're gonna go back on the 4 hour and follow that burgundy line, because our 4 hours is where we want to grasp our entry. Okay, so as we see here, the first 4 hour candle that crossed right above the 61.8 was Tuesday at 1 p.m. So we see it crossing the 61.8. Boom. Now is game time. Like, it crossed the 61.8 and it also didn't come way up here. So that's perfect. Like, you know, as long as it's like in this range, we good. It's not super big and then coming super down. So it's like a really good nice candle, right? So we wait to this candle to close. So basically you can set your alarm for every 4 hours, you know, 1 o'clock, 1 a.m., 5 a.m., 9 a.m., and so forth. So once this candle closes above the 61.8, take note, like set your alert for the 61.8 first. That's why you see my alert. My alert is, well, I don't know. I think I took it off. My alert's usually on a 61.8, and then I wait and I watch for price to close. Once price closes, I have my alert set for that whenever price passes the 61.8, it might pass the 61.8 at 1 o'clock. So I got my alert set. But once this candle closed, now I'm setting a buy limit for the 61.8 to be retested. Right? And I have my stop loss at if you want to be super safe, you can have it at the 100. I usually put mine up here at the 88, and that gives me my 3-1 risk to reward ratio. As you can see, it retested the 61.8 here, and then meandered a little bit, and then boom, it started pushing up, and it hit our negative 27. It hit our 0, it hit our negative 27. It's not out, it may not always hit this negative 27 before it falls back a lot and then hit the negative 27. So depending on your discretion how you want to do it, you can take partials at the 0. You can take, or you can just hold it to the negative 27 and move your stop loss to break even. Like move your stop loss higher, like to the negative 61.8, or like a little bit below the negative 61.8. The reason being is because sometimes it can come back to the negative 61.8, just like it right here, and then shoot up. So sometimes I don't even move my stop loss. I kind of just keep it at the 88. I just keep it at the 88 and just let price play out. But you can certainly move it and just manage your risk that way. Or, you know, just kind of like test out how you want to trail your stop loss up between the 88 and the 61.8, you know, to minimize any risk if you're feeling like, oh, I don't know. But as you see, this trade played out perfectly. And let me put this a long position here. So the stop loss, your stop loss is going to be at 88%. Okay, hold on. Let me take off my little magnet. Sometimes I don't like the magnet. Okay, so I'll put my stop loss at the 88%, and then your entry at the 61.8. And I'll be honest with you. I sometimes I put my my fib. I mean, sometimes I put my entry a little above the 61.8 because of maybe like spreads or something like that. So, but it's still, you can get your risk to reward, or you can put it right there. You see, price came right there to the 61.8, and you got a 1 to 3, 0.2 reward. So, price never came all the way and stopped you out. So it's really nice entry there, and you can make a lot of money. So, and so that's any question. Oh, okay. So also, okay. So far, anybody have any questions about that particular setup?
I don't have a question about the setup. I was just asking, did you put the instructions in Discord?
I usually put them on my charts.
Oh, okay.
So let me show you. Okay, for example, here is so what number one thing, if you're looking for buys, you're on the daily. And so when you're on the daily and you see an impulse, which is large candles to the upside, all one color, keep in mind they have to be all one color for the strategy to be the best, outcome. If one of these candles was red, is not a good setup. You want them to be all one color, green, green, green. This little doji is just giving us a turnaround. Cool. Red, red, not red, green, red. So red, red, and then you see waiting, you adjust your fib, make sure you adjust your fib 100% down here, and the 0 at the top of the previous impulse. And then so you putting your fib on, like, quote unquote backwards, because you want to see where price is going to take it to. You want to see where your negative 27 is, so you don't just guess. And
Okay, so hold on. So we're fibbing this up move, the 3 green candles up. So we're going to take the fib instead of from bottom to top, top to bottom.
Well, are you not just like, it looks like you're fibbing the retracement of that impulse.
hold on, let's see. So yeah, we're fibbing you see the correction here,
Right.
these 2 red candles. So your 100, we want to fib in the direction that price is going. So we're fibbing from the bottom to the top. Started from the bottom, now we here, and then so then we so you'll also remember, because sometimes it can be confusing in the beginning when you're putting the fib on, because you're used to putting the fib on the other way for another if you're doing it in a different way. But for ICI and you're trying to, you would know that the fib ain't on right, because your negative 27 needs to be obviously at the top if you're looking for buys.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So we can look at EU. I know, because a lot of people also, may not trade gold. So now a lot of people trade EU is like a main pair. So let me take off this fib for you so you can see my chart clear. Take this off. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we see EU right here. We have an impulse. We have an impulse right here of green. We see the direction, right? We see the direction of the EU is bullish, and we can also see on the weekly is bullish. We can also see the monthly it's been bullish. So we see we got more room up here. We see imbalances. That's our, our smart money concept confluence, So always start on a daily, look for all green candles. Line up your fib. Line up your fib, the bottom of the, sorry, hold on. Am I doing this right? I feel like I'm doing this wrong. Okay, so here is where price is now. We have one retracement candle. We're looking for at least the second retracement candle. And so once we get another retracement candle, then we can kind of see where price is. And what we'll be looking for is for our 4-hour candle to cross back above and close above the 61.8, not on it, because it has to close above it, a clear above, okay? And then once it does that, we'll be looking, once price continues to come down, and for our second retracement candle, and give us we'll be watching to see, we'll set our alert for 61.8. That's going to be 0.92550. Wait for price to close above the 61.8 on the 4-hour, right? And then once price goes above the 61.8, we can set our buy limit for 1.0925. And then, take it to the negative 27. But we want to wait until it closes. We don't want to just jump in because we anticipate the market is going up. We want to always react and not just jump the gun. So we wait, and then put your stop loss at the 88, and your entry at the 61.8. There's your risk to reward ratio is 3 risk. And so there you have it. It's 200 pips, 211 pips. That'll bring you, you can pass your challenge. All you need is 2 or 3 of these plays, 2 or 3 of these movements, risk 1%, and then boom. So I can show you, you know, my trade. Like so far, even last week, I did all the trades that I did. Like every one of them were in profit. So every one of them at least hit the 0, you know. So that actually every one of them that actually, you know, followed the rules, closed above and everything. So that's something you so that's the main thing. That's the main thing. You might run into some stuff as you go along. Like for example, like price may close way above, like, okay, let's look at UJ. UJ is right now, we're in this situation. UJ, let's look at the daily. Okay. So we have impulse, green, 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 green. Everybody see this? And then retracement, red, red, and then price came up. It closed way above the 61.8, way above the 50%, and closed way up here, almost hitting the 0. Never chase price. We know that. So, you know, those who wanted to wait to it come back to the 61.8, you know, we also see that it has a clear 1 hour daily bullish, and I think Selena and someone else put it in the swing trader channel that this is a move for the week. So we have a clear buy that's on the chart, but always wait for confirmation still. If you want to just increase your chances of winning, you know, just wait for the confirmation. Don't go and chase it unless you want to. You can if you want to use your smart money concept, you know, sometimes I do combine it because it's in your brain, you know. So you're like, okay, price can come right here to the 38 and just whoop back up to the 27. So, you know, on a regular ICI strategy, you would never do that. But if you want to be a little bit risky in your entry, you can risk 1% and make 1.2%. Just do that. Or if you know how to if you want to risk more, you know, because this closed way above, you just want to be a little bit more careful, or like if you know what you're doing, go ahead and do it. But or you can just risk the 1.2% and get your cookies right, and just wait for the next setup, because there's more. Gold will probably be setting up again. You know, we're gonna wait for another daily red retracement candle, and then we're gonna look for buys. So gold will likely set up again. Then we have US CAD, which dropped last week, right? Red, all green. So this kind of opened my eyes, because I never really noticed, like, oh, like we see it all the time, but we never really noticed, like, oh, this is all red, this is all green. Oh, you know, let's get with it. Okay. So now we have this correction right here, and then we have this impulse that came down and made a lot of people some money. Now we got another opportunity. We have it our first retracement on the daily. Now we're waiting for another, always at least wait for 2 retracement candles. And then it could be more, but just wait for at least 2, right? So once price comes to the 61.8 and closes below the 61.8 for the sell, we will put our sell limit back at 1.34569 or a little below there, and move, you can adjust this the way you want, or you can put it way up here if you want, however you want to do it. You're going to have a smaller risk to reward ratio here, or you can put it right here and just keep your stop loss. Just keep your stop loss. For those who don't want to, for this, don't hedge. Don't hedge this. Don't, if price comes way over here, you obviously it's invalid. Like the trade is no longer selling right here. So don't go chasing price back and forth. Just for this strategy, just keep your stop loss where it is at the 88 or the 100, and then let price tap you in, or you can manually enter right here. But just it's easier for let price tap you in, take it all the way to the negative 27. That's the risk to reward ratio is 3.2. That's above a 3. So now even if you take partials at the 0, or you could take all your profits at the 0, or you can hold everything and take profits at the negative 27. But yeah, I'm trying to learn how to take partials because I'm used to holding, but sometimes with like a challenge, sometimes it's better to take what the market gives you first before it pull back on you and then reverse, because it kind of messes with your psychology a little bit. But 0, take partials or hold, or take it to, and then take the remaining to negative 27. And there you have it. Like there's a trade for next week. Let's go. Any questions? ICI, impulse correction, impulse. Hello? Is everybody
That means
understand?
they don't need help.
Okay.
I know I will have to definitely watch this again, but it makes sense. And thank you for sharing.
Hey, TeeTee.
Yes, no problem.
Thank you, T. It does make sense.
Yeah, I think
Thank you.
Thank you.
if you have success trading the way you're trading, then don't change what you're doing. If you think you can understand what TeeTee is laying out here, then I'm all for it, because I'm a firm believer that everybody won't trade the same way, and I think you need several different ways to be successful when it comes to trading, because smart money is not going to resonate with everybody, and support and resistance is definitely not going to resonate with everybody. So, the important thing here is, if you honestly given those other ways of trading an honest effort and you just can't get it, then you add something else. But if you're having success with what you're doing, before she introduced you to this ICI, I would suggest that you do not do the ICI, because it's just going to add time onto your journey. All right, because as with any strategy, it takes time to implement, to understand, then implement, and then perfect. Okay, so if you want to, like, if people want to to understand it, like if you want to actually teach it, TT, you might want to pick a day
Uh-huh.
and then
You
like,
want Mondays? TT? You want Mondays?
do a Zoom.
Yeah, Mondays are actually really good for me.
Oh, perfect, TT.
And listen, which is cool. Again, if you're trading a different style and you're having success, do not get on the call with TT on Monday. All right, because it's going to confuse you. If you want to understand and find success with what TT just showed you, get on the call with TT. But you will need to not get on the call with me on Tuesday. I mean, if you do, you might want to hear like, you know, where in the trade you think a pair is, but you're not going to listen to how I explain, you know, how I come to a trade, because it's not going to be the same information, you know.
And I just want to say, because you know, TT mentioned this on another call, on one of the weekly calls, on the daily calls. And, you know, at first we were like, TT, what are you talking about? But now that TT explained it, I see exactly what TT is talking about. And I see that it's pretty much the way we trade. She just has her way of doing it.
Right, right. And where I would just throw a fib to see where the pullback is going to be. So, but what I'm saying is, if you're trying to get this style, you don't need to attend the other calls, because it's going to sow confusion if you don't have the experience.
Yeah.
You know.
So what day will you be doing, Kim? At TT Canada Monday.
Mondays.
What day will
Monday.
you be doing?
What had happened? No, I mean,
No, figure it out.
No. I may even, if TT wants to do Mondays, we can definitely do Mondays, and then maybe I'll take over Thursday, because I know that, you know, Selena is looking to not be on Thursdays. So maybe I'll do Thursday.
So yeah, that's the important piece. And because, you know, you don't want to be confused or have to start all over from square one, you know. And it's not that we're saying different information. I think it's the style that we're presenting is different, and you know, that's fine. The goal is for everybody to find a level of success, and I really think the key to it is having an expectation of what you want to see from the market. And once you have the expectation, then you can set the areas on your chart that you want to see price come into. And then once you get those areas, then you know whether or not you need to take the trade.
And then if I can just add to that, as with any strategy, you definitely have to test, like if you're not consistent testing out one strategy, then you're not going to be consistent testing out another strategy. So you won't be able to find out what's for you if you don't back test a strategy long enough to figure out whether you like it or not. So just FYI, I just want to add that.
Very true. So do we have any questions?
Any questions?
Huh? Did somebody say something?
Oh no, that was me. I just wanted to reiterate that like that it's just a confluence to what we're already learning. If you want to, you know, so don't think it's like a whole different thing. Like it's just, you know, maybe you don't want to pay, maybe like you don't understand imbalance as much, or you're not getting the imbalance thing, and you don't really want to see how, like you don't have time to sit on the charts and see how far up price may go, or how far down price may go. Just wait for this entry here on the ICI movement. Once you mark up your ICI top and bottom and just trade like that, because there are people who trade this and they don't know what an imbalance is, and they're making a lot of money doing this. So it's good to learn what an imbalance is and all that. And it's just confluence. Everything is confluence and just what resonates with you. And remember to, look at these directions here, like wait till after at least 2 daily healthy retracement candles, either to the upside or the downside, whichever one you're looking for. For this, it would be at least 2 healthy candles to the downside. So we have that here, and then continue like that. So
When you say healthy, what do you mean? They can't be dojis, or that cannot be imbalance, or what do you mean by healthy
If you-
candle?
if there's 2, for example, like if this was 2 tiny dojis, it's not a healthy enough retracement. Like here's a healthy retracement.
Yeah.
There's a healthy retracement. Here's a healthy retracement. If it was like just 2 tiny dojis, it's not enough to show us, like to give us the entry that we're looking for, because price can always continue to come back down and give us that healthy retracement. We don't want to jump the gun. We want to look for proper setups, and there's always going to be proper setups, healthy, and all green to one side, all red for the other side. When there's another color candle in between here, if this was red, it would not be a good setup.
So TeeTee, would you have so where that down move has happened, so where those green candles are, all the green candles. So now that you had the 2 healthy, and maybe I missed it because I stepped away for a second, but do you now fib that move from there back to the green can? No, not there. Do you then, to there? Is that that's how you do it?
Now
From the
that
top, now that price has given you 2 healthy candles, right?
this is the so we want at least 2, but this one has given us more than 2, which is fine. It's still within our parameters. It's not more than the impulse down here. So it's fine. And this is where we put, because it's a sell that we're looking for, on our overall chart, we have our 100 at the top, and then we want to put, to make sure our take profit is down here, we put our 0 at the bottom of this, of the retracement candle. That is,
that's fibbed like we would normally fib it. So that's why I was but backwards.
Yeah, remember when he was like, oh, I'm telling on you, like you was gonna tell. And I was like, wait, hear me out. Like, so this
But
is
this don't look backwards. It
Yeah,
looks,
this is not backwards.
it's the way you do it, yeah.
oh, okay.
That's why I was asking, should it go from the top to the bottom of the green? No, not that way, not that way. From to that one. Because
No, it should
okay. No, I was just asking. I was just making sure.
because this is current price. So we gotta now move it to where current price is. So this is where we at right now. So as the day go, like say this.
Oh, as it starts pushing back up, then you go from the bottom to the top.
Right.
Gotcha.
But if this, I'm sorry, where we at? We're on the day. Let's not go. So if the next candle was to be red, this would no longer be.
That would be valid. It would be valid. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I got you.
We'll move on. Because now it's not giving us a clear setup, what we want, what we're looking for.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, NZD CAD, what's that? Can't remember which one. So yeah, right now, we're looking at EU for next week. We're looking at UCAD. We're gonna watch gold and see what happens, but for right now, EU and UC, and it's another one. It's another one I'm gonna post in the trade ideas. That's almost ready. But for the it's like a wild pair.
And TeeTee,
Yes.
if the dollar goes up, you know EU is gonna continue to drop.
So yeah, if like, okay, so oh yeah, that's another thing. Like news, y'all ain't gotta worry about news with the ICI, right? So whatever happens with news is gonna be in confluence. If something happens to where this doesn't play out, don't take the trade. That's the end of the story, because it needs to close above. It needs to give us our second daily retracement candle and then close above the 61.8. If something happens with news, it'll show that on the chart. We don't stop the trade. We don't pull out because of news. News is just going to take us to our take profit. You know what I'm saying? So whatever happens with the dollar is going to be in confluence with what we line up on any one of these pairs.
Welcome to my world, the TeeTee. Welcome to my world.
So you'll see. And as you see, we saw that with gold 2 weeks ago and last week. Gold just shot up. We saw that with what else shot up last week? NZD cat, or what was it? Was it NZD cat? NZD cat shot up. What's that? Shot down, or I think it was NZD cat that shot down. Let's see. Okay, so I can make this bigger. So we have this impulse down right here, impulse down, and then our movement up here. Y'all see this? Okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry. Okay. Am I doing this right? Make sure. I'm doing this right, because this played out like on Friday. This played out on Friday. I didn't get in. I was already in a trade, and I don't do more than 1 or 2 trades at one time, because that's just risking too much. And I don't need to be babysitting. So I'm just practicing not babysitting. So we see right here, price. This is where our 100 is. So we have our correction candles here, and we put our correction at the top here. I mean, our fib at the top here, and at the low here, right there where our retracement began. And so we're gonna go back on the 4 hour. So we see price. We say, let's see. Daggone fib is way over here. Let's move this.
T, sorry.
Yes. Oh yes.
Can we go back to the other screen where you were at?
The daily.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you see now this one looks like you fib backwards, where you did top to bottom, because you're fibbing the up move, the green move, right?
Well, I'm fibbing the oh, hold on, let me see. Sorry guys. Okay. Like I said, I'm not the best at the back test thing, but I'm trying. Let me see. Okay. So you're saying like right here? So
Yeah.
because it's this is our down move. Hold on, let me see. This has got to be, okay, impulse down. Like, that's too high. Is this where I meant to put it right here? Okay. So this is where the impulse down started.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you. So this is where the impulse down started right here. The top of the mommy, I'm on Zoom. The Zoom. Okay, so sorry guys. I put this fib right here at the top, and then you pull it down all the way here to the retracement wick, and then who said that? Thank you for pointing that out.
Rachel?
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, yes. So this happened. And the reason why I also didn't take the trades, because I usually don't trade on Friday. If I'm not already in the trade, right? And I take my profits. If my profit don't hit take profit on by the end of the day on Friday, I'm taking my profits. I'm taking all my profits because I'm not about to be caught in no extra drawdown for no reason on Sunday. So you just take what the market give you. But this right here, check this out. Dropping down to the 4-hour. What did it do? This is our blue line, is our 61.8. It closed. It came to our 61.8, and then for the sell, we're looking at it the opposite way. So it gave us a 4-hour candle that closed below. Boom. Now we put our entry for the 61.8. And see, this is the reason why I said put it a little bit below the 61.8, because had you put it at the 61.8 for this one, it might not have gotten you in, but it might have also got you in, because look, this green candle right here came out and then it tapped you in right here. So it tapped you in. It did tap you in, because this came and your 61.8 alert went off, right? Now you and it closed right here. This candle closed. Now it tapped you back in for the 4-hour, for it to hit the 61.8 again, and now you're in. This is a super clean setup, and it just dropped. It just tanked. Boom. And hit our -27. So hold on, let me see. Let me make sure this lined up correctly. Okay.
Okay, TeeTee, at that point, I'm a little bit confused. So why did you put the fib at that green wick and not at the red wick?
Because this is where look at it like an order block, if you will. This is where, okay, so hold on, let me show you. This is like where the retracement began. So that's why the retracement began at the wick and then retraced like this and then down. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So it's kind of like this was the this is the top of hold on, let's see. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. If we put it right there.
I think confusion is coming in because it's fibbed the correct way. I mean, not I won't say correct way, because your way is correct for you, right? But it's fibbing in the direction of the, and I think
Of the,
when you showed it earlier, it was going back, it was going from right to left and not from left to right. You know what I'm saying?
you mean like the direction? So now because we're selling, this is why we gotta fit this way, just because it's selling. Does that make sense? Or like, you mean
Because
like,
that's how I would fib it. No, on a you know what I'm saying? From the top, from the swing high to the swing low. That's how I would normally fib it.
like this is
But
how
I
you
think-
would normally fib it?
But I think when the pull back, we were expecting you to go from that pullback from the bottom where you have the zero,
This one? Mm-hmm.
expecting you to go from there. I don't know. I'm confused. Look, I just confused myself.
Yeah, I was thinking also earlier
You mean
that.
like this? You mean like this?
Yeah, and then to the
To the green wave.
green, the one you had where you
Like
had
this?
That's what I was, but maybe that was because it
Well,
was
this
going.
would be for a buy. Do you
Yes.
see? This is the negative 27 up here.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that would be if this was for a buy.
Okay,
So that's why we saw on here that the fib was up
From
from bottom to the top.
right. Gotcha.
makes sense. Got it.
And that's how you know, like, like, wait a minute, this is like, oh, I'm trying to sell this. I'm not trying to buy it. So then, because I got confused at first too, like, oh shoot, like, how am I supposed to do it? Like, let me remember. But then I remembered, like, no, this can't be right, because if this my take profit and I'm looking for the sell, let me just flip this and put this where I need it to be. And how you do this? How you do this bar replay thing? Okay. So now, where the play button?
On the
Oh, yeah.
bottom.
Oh, hat. I was just testing you. So then we see. Okay. Boom. Price came up to 61.8 for the and closed. Then it retested the 61.8 here. And you probably, either one, if you would have caught this 4-hour or this one, if you just, set your level a little bit below the 61.8, if that makes you feel a little bit more comfortable, it would have tapped you right in here. Because sometimes it'll do this, it'll be like 2 little pips and just, and go without you. So don't let it go without you. Just put it right there or right here and you'll be good. Make sure you have your risk reward 1 to 3. And then price just fell. Like price just fell. And you barely had any drawdown. No drawdown, didn't even hit the 78. So, and most of the time, for the times that I've done this, I haven't seen it even hit the 7. Maybe one time it hit the 70, 78, like wicked it and then dropped. But most of the time it's like very nice, clean entry. And shoot, come down and take what the market give you. You know, if it comes close to here, close to your 27 and is meandering, take profits. Most of the time it's gonna hit, but maybe I lined up my fib a tad off, but either way, you got your money. You get your money and run, and you're in there with only risking 1%, and you making your money. I won like my every trade that I did with the ICI theory, 2 weeks in a row. I've been doing it on my challenge account, and every time it has blessed me. So definitely take partials at the zero so you can make sure you get some money in your pocket and let it run to the negative 27. And you got it. You got it. And look, it also aligned up with the imbalance that I set up for, that we set up with the, you see this imbalance here, tap right in, boom, take your money. So like Ty said, we're probably gonna get it again this week. So you just wait for the setup, however you want to do it. And that Fibonacci is not gonna lie. That's a math sequence. It's not a guessing game,
Fibonacci is bae.
period. Yes. So we clearly see prices falling. You know, as Kim would say, it's a lower low, lower low, lower. That's our confluence. We see on the weekly, it's clear. It's a clear sell on the weekly. So, like Ty said, if you don't want to get your top blown off, pick this out. So, but again, don't just hop in and take a sell and not have a proper entry, because you don't want to get stopped out and all that kind of stuff. Use your confluence and let the chart work for you. And if I bless you on today, go ahead and cash at me so I can get some more coffee. No, I'm just playing. I'm
Love
sorry.
it. Thank you.
I have an addiction at Starbucks. I'm trying to stop, but if y'all want to contribute to my addiction, no, I'm just playing. But have definitely, if you have any questions, let me know and I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to answer them, because you'll have some questions, I'm sure, as the trade starts to go live, as we start going live. I cannot figure out this other chair, but I know everybody had it's a long afternoon, so maybe y'all want to go about your day.
Thank you, TeeTee.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks,
letting-
TeeTee.
Thanks for
Thank you.
letting me teach you guys today. I'm telling you, this strategy is fire. Like, y'all gonna be so happy.
So you doing the call Monday? The 4:00 call?
Yes, I can. We're definitely gonna go over some charts Monday and see what's happening.
Thank you. I don't think it's confusing. I think it just confluences to what we've been doing.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. And I said, it's not nothing different. It's just confluence and a different way to look at it. And y'all see this daily, y'all see this huge daily bearish candle showing you price wants to continue down. Why wouldn't you look for a sell? So when price gives us our next daily candle of the retracement, we'll move our, I'm sorry, when price gives us we'll move this, right? We will move this. This was the fib for last week. So now that price is, okay, we update our fib. Don't forget to update, change your fib. This is going to change. This is going to change to, I'm sorry. Yeah. This is going to change. So if this changes and puts us, we're going to see what the next daily candle is, and we'll put it at the bottom of the wick so that we can see like where our take profit is going to be. Okay. So when price gives us more, when chart gives us more information, we adjust our fibs and we act accordingly, wherever that's going to be. So yes, sir. Thank you all again. Appreciate it. And have a great day. See you guys Monday if you don't have any more questions.
Thanks again, T.
No problem. I hope everybody makes some money this week if you haven't yet.